If you look at nature, you will notice that every species anywhere on this planet, it's the same. There is a specific diet for each species, and that's the same for human beings. Why should some food be forbidden to some of us depending on our blood type or our constitution?
Hi guys, welcome to Regenesis, the place where we present another angle on health and health issues and give you clues to reclaim your health. It would be awesome if each of us knew exactly what the suitable food for us as individuals was. We would know exactly what to eat to remain healthy and what is not good for us. And the idea is really appealing because there are so many contradictory diets praising the same beneficial effects on health that we can get really a bit lost and eventually decide to make our own mix. But this doesn't really work either. So we throw in the towel, which is sad because we had a positive intention. This was my experience at the beginning, and I'm sure it speaks to many. So indeed, knowing what food diet is relevant to me as an individual, different from my neighbor, will help significantly. And we've covered that topic in one of our first videos about the 3 categories of food like you've never heard it before. I will put the link to this video there. But today we'll cover that topic through another angle by taking a look at the blood type diet. Before going any further, if you're not a member of our community and you want to get an excellent Living Foods ebook that fully answers the topic we're dealing with today, then visit our website www.re-genesis.co.za. You just have to share your name and your email so we can send you the direct link to our complimentary 3-day Living Foods Reset program. Some of you asked us what we think of the blood type diet. Before we do so, I think a quick reminder of what the blood type diet is could be useful. Then we'll tell you the 4 things you need to know about this diet. So, Ladislas, what is the blood type diet?
Hi everyone. Well, the blood type diet was developed by Dr. Peter J. D'Adamo in 1996. He says that we all have different physical constitutions, good or bad, and that we should eat different things depending on that constitution, depending on our blood type, etc., etc. He believes that pathologies depends on our blood type. That blood types were born at different times of human history, and therefore we should eat what people of that time used to eat. Thus, O type was the first one. It corresponds to hunters, and therefore you should eat meat, fish and other animals, proteins, and a bit of vegetables, very little cereals and no dairy. A blood type appeared later and was that of farmers. You should therefore eat legumes and cereals, bread and pasta, fruits and vegetables, with soya and tofu becoming staple food, and little dairy, while B type should focus on dairy. AB can eat a little bit of everything. To us, D'Adamo's blood type diet doesn't make any sense because based on a series of mistakes.
Okay, so what are those mistakes? Let's start with mistake number 1.
Well, number 1 mistake, the observation of nature speaks volume and shows how much this theory has no solid ground. The blood type diet is like saying that some cows should eat grass depending on their physical constitution, some others should eat flowers, and some others hay. Let me ask you this. Have you ever seen some lions eating fish, grazing grass, or having bananas for dinner depending on their constitution? Besides, that concept of good or bad constitution makes me cringe. We all have a different terrain.
You can watch our video on the biological terrain. I'll put the link there as well.
That's right, but not a different constitution that will induce different diets. It would mean that we have different organs, glands, or tissues. What is different is what you've inherited from your parents, things such as the nervous or mineral potential, but your constitution is exactly the same as every other human being. If you look at nature, you will notice that every species anywhere on this planet, it's the same. There is a specific diet for each species, and that's the same for human beings. Why should some food be forbidden to some of us depending on our blood type or our constitution? Animals also have blood types, by the way, but eating accordingly to a blood type they have no clue about is a nonsense to them. Carnivores eat meat, herbivores graze on grass or plants, and this has nothing to do with their blood type. Yes, it has to do with their biology.
So why are you referring so often to nature? Some would say we are humans and not animals, and they could blame you for drawing parallels with nature.
Well, that's sadly one of our main character traits of our modern world since scientism appeared in the 19th century. Our society believes that humans and nature are distinct from one another, that we are outside of nature, that we dominate and outsmart it. Yet, even without going back to the work of Antoine Béchamp and Claude Bernard, two of the greatest scientists of their time, who scientifically proved that we are one with nature and with our environment, and even without going back to the incredible breakthrough of quantum physics at the beginning of the 20th century, and even without going back to the incredible discovery of a celebrity scientist such as Bruce Lipton on cell's membrane, even without going there, the simple observation of nature speaks volume about the intelligence of the living and the fact that we are all one. As humans, our organs, our physiology is made for fruits and vegetables.
Is this scientifically proven?
Yes, it is. As human beings, our digestive system is like those of the big apes, meaning that we should eat fruits, plants, and oleaginous seeds essentially. Our digestive system is not equipped to eat grass or meat. This said, there may be moments in your life when you have specific needs depending on your hormonal or nervous systems, your level of minerals, etc. That's absolutely true. And you will therefore increase your consumption of certain watery, fatty, or dense foods for a certain amount of time to bring back your terrain to balance, but always within the diet meant for our species, which is a frugivore diet using non-elaborate food, the closest possible to plain. We are not equipped for the digestion of cereals, which are long chains of complex sugars, nor meat, which requires short intestines and strong kidneys. Our natural food is living foods.
Yes, we've explained this in the video, What is the Natural Food for Human Beings? I will also put the link there. Okay, now can we talk about mistake number 2?
Yes, sure. Mistake number 2. Okay, let's have a look from a scientific point of view. According to Adamo, blood types appeared 50,000 years ago. But current research shows that those blood types are far older, maybe 20 million years ago. And that either they all appear at the same time, or maybe the oldest blood type is A and definitely not O. In other words, correlating what we should eat to events as part of 50,000 years history simply doesn't make sense. Furthermore, no serious study has supported this theory. Instead, there are two interesting studies in 2013 on the matter. One by a Belgian research team that went through 8,000 scientific references to find a link between food diet and blood type and did not find any. Another one from Toronto University. They gave this food diet to 1,500 people and did not find a connection between food diet, health benefits, and blood types.
Okay. And what about mistake number 3?
Blood types have nothing to do with temper. I think it loses its credibility when it tries to stick a personality to each blood type, which is as accurate as your horoscope. All blood type people, for instance, are connected to hunters, therefore they are aggressive people, while B types are gentle. I think it's even a dangerous preconception.
And finally, can you tell us about mistake number 4?
Sure, some of you may experience a positive result following the blood type diet, but nearly 40% of the people on this planet are O-type people. So statistically, there is a sizable proportion of people following this diet which are O-type. The O-type diet should be, according to Adamo, very rich in fruits and vegetables, poor in cereals, so nearly no complex carbohydrates, and the recommendations tend to push towards more production of their pre-processed raw states, no sugary products.
Which actually are good things.
Yes, this diet will give positive results for O-type people because of that strong reduction of cereals we usually eat a lot. But for A-type and B-type people, I will be very, very cautious. Any significant change to your diet will at first show results, but in the long run will have negative impact, as A-type diet will generate a lot of mucus and hormonal issues, and B-type a lot of acidity.
Okay, let's summarize. The blood type diet has no serious grounds. Like any other living species of this planet, we are meant as a species to eat the food that was designed for our body, for our physiology, and that's a plant-based raw food diet at 80% minimum. There are many questionable scientific facts in the blood type theory, like for instance the history of blood types and the related diets. Following the diet may lead to some extent to positive results in the short run because our body adapts, but in the long run it will generate health issues. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, or if you know someone who would benefit from it, just make the day by sharing it with them and being the person who will add value to their life.
Right. Now, what are you going to do with what we've learned today? How does it sound? If you are on the blood type diet, and also if you're not, do decide to increase your plant-based food intake and reduce cereals, dairy, and animal proteins, no matter your blood type. That will be a great start.
Remember, you can follow the link to our website below this video to download our complimentary Living Foods ebook to start eating the natural food for your body. That way you'll also be the first ones to know when our health programs are ready. Take good care of you.
Bye-bye.